Hey folks, how we doing? We are back for another video, and this time it is something different from what I averagely play. This is Doki Doki Literature Club. I've heard a decent amount about this, and recently I heard more about it, and you know, I was like, well, why not look into it pretty much. Apparently I heard that this game gets super interesting or whatever. I've never played a game like this before on my channel or in me personally. I played like dating sim things like years ago when I was a teenager. Like years ago when I was a teenager, but I've never played anything like this recently. It's been a long time. So there's gonna be a long video first and foremost, as y'all can see from the length of it before you click on it. So just, oh my goodness, I just realized I didn't even have the bubbles moving because I wasn't even clicked in the game. Christ, how embarrassing. Anywho, so yeah, I hear this game gets very interesting, so let's just get into it. It's that simple. We're gonna make a new name, Hiko. I'm gonna say Hiko because if I say like my Hiko Sake, then they'll call me Hiko Sake constantly, so it's just gonna be Hiko. That is me. Yes. Hey. I don't know if I'm gonna do voices because like I'm not really good at doing women's voices. So yeah, no, we're just gonna. Ooh, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together. And on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk unless they would catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Man, that's so adorable, little anime eyes. Maybe, but only because I decided to wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Hiko. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near the streets, become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Hiko, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, and I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I didn't dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sorry, likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on an average while spending my free time on games and anime. Literally what I do in reality. I was talking about how I'm worried you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. I'm guessing a NEET is like a big-time social introvert. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind, at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, well, you know what? Well, you could come to my club, Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Oh, meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest in the proposed club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki make cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have this planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! By the way, I'm like super glad that I have water, because again, there's gonna be a lot of reading. There's gonna be a long like video, so you know, I gotta have water, Mega Man mug, we're ready, you know. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit because being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Hiko, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody, Sayori says quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Hiko. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Ah, boy. Basically, completely out of my league. Sounds about right. So having her here, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, Hiko. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. I would totally do that in real life if I was, like, you know, in a situation like this. I'd just sit next to my friend. Yay, social introvert. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wah! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first, then Monaco. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take one bite. I feel like I kind of do that too, like when you're about to eat a cupcake, you're kind of like, I don't know, just little things. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet, full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this before, somewhere before. That's a terrible thing to say you heard somewhere before. Why are you thanking me? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you dummy. Well, excuse me. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the... She carefully places down the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Oh wow. Oh, if I do that it makes the thing go away. I didn't even know that. If you want to appreciate the imagery. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider joining the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm impressed. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of a debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. That is very, very true. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. It makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Hiko, what kind of things do you read? Considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half-jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. I ain't lying. I'd be dumbfounded and girl look good, so I'd probably be a little dumbfounded talking to her too. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. I agree. I do actually like I don't read much in reality, but I do like stories that, like, I like TV shows or any movies that just build a good world and they tell just a good story. Very perplexing, very deep, good story with like a lot of meaning. I personally really enjoy that. That's why I'm willing to play a game like this. Good story. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? That's true. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think it takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write poems? You write your own poems? Oh, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. It's the truest form of writing. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Deadass. Deadass. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we all meet, we'll share them to each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think this will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Hiko? Monika smiles warmly at me once more. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I'd join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. I mean, look, all of them, take away just so you get to see that. All of them just looking at you. How can you say no? All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Hiko, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really came here just for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Hiko, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Hiko, since we're already here, you want to walk home together? That's right, so Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, two of us depart to the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of the girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words that you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Now, I have no idea if this is like a dating sim or anything of the nature. All I know is if I gotta pick one of the girls, I'ma try to impress Yuri, cause dark, timid, to herself, in the internet, I could go on forever. And also, I don't know much about like the game, as I said at the beginning, but just to delve a little bit into it before we get into continue forward and write this poem. I know that there's like apparently some big like thing behind this game or something like that. There's apparently something crazy that happens in it. That's all I know. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know what. I just know this game throws you for a loop. There's even warnings in the beginning that say you shouldn't play this if you're like young, if you can't handle like anxiety and situations like that, like if you feel uneasy easily. So I'm curious. I am really curious to know how this story unfolds. Like, so I'll do a full playthrough of this just because I've gone off long enough. So now I want to impress Yuri. So she's into like horror is what she's recently into. Natsuki really likes cute things. Monika isn't even here, and Sayori's my homegirl. I mean, she's adorable too, but Yuri, man. So we're gonna do grief. Fuck me, that was Sayori. Tears. Fuck me, that was oh god. Destiny. There we go. That's Yuri. Doki Doki. Entanglement. Yes, that's Yuri. Universe. Yes. Eternity. Infinite. Yes. Journey. Contamination. Yes. Empty. Fuck me. Meager. Hopeless. Fuck me. Starscape. Heaven sent. Determination. Despise. We're doing good. We're getting a lot of Yuri's words. Vivacious. Yeah, we're getting a lot of Yuri's word. Disorientated. Incongruent. God, I love the freaking music. It's just thumping in my ears. Uncanny. Bruh, I got almost all Yuri. That's awesome. Hi again, Hiko. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I can keep my at least keep my word. There you go. I don't know why that tripped me. Welcome back to the I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Hiko. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me that you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if your plan is to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Done. Got him! Good god. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Hiko always gives his best as long as he's having fun, and I can agree, I do the same thing in reality. If I'm enjoying myself, I will bust my ass to do something, man. It goes with everything I work on. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Hiko can become good friends too. Sayori, as usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, you even bought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori, me? Not really. Oh, don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I feel that way about some girls I know. It's like, how? How are you managing to accidentally be adorable, pretty much? I can't tell if you're doing it on purpose, and if I approach it, you just make it weird. Moving on. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect the Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's been waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. See, now, I can't tell if this is because I wrote the poem for Yuri or not, but that's how I would be in reality. Out of all this entire situation, I probably would go to approach Yuri if I was in this situation. So, but at the same time, I don't feel bad from distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. That's always awkward, good god. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That's super weird. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come we have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts picking up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Here closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. Oh damn, so she reads the back of the book, tell me. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she still needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Hiko? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot. Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be a naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Now that sounds like some heavy foreshadowing. Real talk. I have no idea. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost any interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. And the least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? You don't have to. Oh, well, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said that you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine. Is it fine if I sit here? Whew. I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? Seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open a book and start at the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up against Yuri's and then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand. So I guess she's on my... Yes, I would be like this. Okay. I'd be like this because my left... So she's like right here, and then it's like... Okay, I use the right hand. It's like boom, you know, it's easy. It's smoothly sailing right there. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, fuck me. Oh, okay, never mind. I did it wrong. So no, she's over here. So I was using my left hand, and I said I feel like my left hand's in the way, holding the book like this. And I switched to use my right hand, and she's over here. Okay, I see. So now I'm holding it like this. She's right here holding the book. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under the thumb after that. After it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Oh, she's looking at me too. I just noticed that. To turn the page? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance at Yuri's face over again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Oh, and she's smiling now. Man, freaking precious. Yeah, thanks. And now she's looking back at the book. I like that. Little details, man. That's freaking awesome. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue to first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Man, that's thinking too deep into things. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment, but Hiko, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about this sort of thing. I guess I meant more that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time that we share the poems that today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhaled, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, closing it on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright. Stand up. See, I gotta say, this is very nice. It's a very interesting story in and of itself. Before I even know what's gonna happen, like, as I said, I just know there is a twist. I don't know what or how, but, you know, this is a very interesting story in and of itself. You know, it's so cool. Makes you feel like you're in an anime. Man, I've never done one of these before. Hell, you guys suggest more, I might play more of these. I make a mental note of where I left off the book and slip it back into my bag. That's why we have bookmarks. I would not remember at all. By the way, do you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've really never done this before. Well, now that everyone is ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay. Now, Monica's the club leader, so I feel like I should show it to her first. She's the club leader. Now, it's for Yuri. Like, the way I wrote it is for Yuri. We're going to start with Monica. And we'll just go. I'll show it to Yuri after Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed so eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. I agree, because she is the club leader. Hi, Hiko. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or anything, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. I am the exact same way. I usually will not say anything until I am more comfortable in a setting. Like if I'm in a new job, if I'm hanging out with a new group of friends, it's like I'll kind of just chill and we'll just relax. And when I'm get to know y'all better, then I'll say something. Anyway, wanted to share your poem with me? Oh, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Hiko. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Hiko. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, It always counts when I put in some effort. Not gonna lie, I kinda do that too. I never let people expect me to be amazing. So when I do a little thing, people are like, hey, that guy's alright. That's not very fair. I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness or sadness, Yuri likes when the readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of its nuances, all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I've never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying a lot of different things, or different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone's expecting you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Fuck. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. There is some deep shiz in this game. I can already tell just by the way the writing is. So there's some good meanings in here, good points. Well then, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It could have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. Yeah, see the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Bravo. Bravo. Ah. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's got pretty popular nowadays. That's a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a lot. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming. It's because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, that lets me. It's foreshadowing again. Lets me know some other stuff is gonna happen. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make that point make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidying it up later. Another way of thinking about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That is a very good point, not just for like writing, but for like life. If you want something you want to do, if you just sit there stewing on it for so long, you'll end up not doing anything. So get a move on. This game, man. Go. Bravo. Oh, good poems. Beautiful women. Oh, good points. Women. Oh, oh. Okay, let's go. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. She sounds like a darn like announcer or something. Alright, show it to Yuri next. Moment of truth. Okay. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth and then ends up covering her covering her face. Oh, so that's adorable. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You use imagery and metaphors. Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares blankly at me, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. It just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words of the poem instead of breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just, there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammer is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work and together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes down with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Let you know, some stuff is going on. Why gotta be about ghosts, man? Oh, why? Ghost under the lights. We gotta get the poem right. Ghost under the lights. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. That was actually not terrible at all. It was like cursive or something. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Yeah, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Hiko. Really? I must have totally missed a point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and is soon to be left with nothing. Good God, that's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to do my best for you, Hiko. Oh, man. Oh, huh. She wants to do her best for me. Oh, God. Uh-huh. Me too. We'll just go in order. Sayuri can be last because she's my homegirl, and then like maybe we can walk home afterwards or whatever. Hiko, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe? You actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort in. We all start somewhere, right? You're still proud of the first poem. If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I gotta share mine. I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. I love that for Natsuki, the music changes like adorable or whatever. Eagles can fly. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't ever even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point for poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. That's some deep shiz, if you guys didn't catch it. Her writing that poem, she's writing that it's like cheetahs can run, owls can seek, you know, eagles can fly, all these animals can do great things, and all humans can do, or people, is try. That's deep. Like, that is really deep, for goodness sakes. I don't know much about literature, so hey, this is kind of teaching me. I'll be honest, I didn't know much in school, so yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Wow. That's deep too, man, because the humans couldn't do it. The humans just tried, man. They couldn't even rhyme. Oh, man. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into this than I realized. That's what I mean. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Hell yeah, man. This is a good poem, Hiko. Are you sure it's your first time? Oh, I've heard that before. Yeah, of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would... Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impresses me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me that you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Hiko. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. That's true. Thanks, Sayuri. I'm not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Know how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. I like how everyone has their own, like, melody. This is awesome. I'm getting into this. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me sleep. Oh boy, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. Still, I tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. You get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. Guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone's judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they were just being nice, there's no way my poem could stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes landed on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Yeah? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. And I agree, like, it's an adorable way to put it. Doesn't mean the meaning is any less deep. You know, just like this game could be adorable and have a very deep meaning. You know, a children's book could be adorable and have a very deep meaning. Something being cute does not mean it loses its meaning. I'll be the first to say that. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Jesus Christ, Natsuki. I should have went for her, just because she seems like she just needs she needs something. She needs a friend. She needs her mans to be like into school. You know, I'll be the boyfriend. I'm like, here, look, babe, you know, just come bought you some cookies or something. Just calm down, man. Like, man, thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Hiko did too. Oh boy, don't put me in this bullshit, man. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions on my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Hiko liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh boy. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Hiko appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh boy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Hiko started showing up. Oh boy. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. They both said it. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Hiko, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. We all just have our own styles. Help me explain that to her, Hiko. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Hiko? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Of course. So of course that's going to be... Now see, I want to choose Yuri because I like Yuri, but at the same time... Like, and you know, I already invested myself in Yuri, I would totally choose Natsuki, but they're both being immature in the situation. Both of them are being bratty because it's like, you just let someone do their own style. So I'm gonna call out Sayori because that's, again, both of them are just being immature. It's like this situation doesn't have to, this argument does not have to happen at all. It's pointless completely. So help me, Sayori. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defensive I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Huh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Hiko. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. Christ. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? That's exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems... They're amazing because they give you many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same they've always been. Big and beautiful, Christ. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You can say that. She might be an airhead but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That sounds very dark to just randomly say. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to nod. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little bit more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing your poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Hiko, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do a better job of impressing those I want to impress. Now I tell myself a newfound determination. Hiko, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. Truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? That's 0 to 100. No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Hiko, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest, and I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? I unfortunately think the same thing. Well, just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. Said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. So, I'm gonna save here. And we're gonna call it an episode here. This was a fantastic experience. Like, I know this was kind of a long video for all those of you who watched through the whole thing. It was kind of a long video or whatever, but hey, this is it's a deep story, man. I'm very curious to know. This seems like such a it's off-putting, like, because as I said, I know something's gonna happen, something dark is gonna happen, and or intense. I don't know if it's gonna be dark, just something different is gonna happen from how the story is going. So I'm very excited to see what that is. So, you know, and I will say, please, I ask you nicely, for any of you who know what happens, please don't spoil it for me. I mean, it'll just result in you getting blocked on the comments or whatever. It's just not something that's worth doing. Like, why would you do that, pretty much? So don't be that guy or that girl. Don't spoil it. Just encourage me to play more. I'm going to do this whole series, or this whole game, because I really want to know what happens. I want to know how it goes. So, yeah, oh man, this song though. Hey, oh, yeah, ooh, Well, anywho, as always, folks, thanks for watching. Check out the previous videos if you have not before. Like, comment, blam, that subscribe button. Yeah. And as always, peace, folks. Peace, folks. All right, y'all have a good one now, for real.